This is a mock interview conducted by Forum IAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
May I come in?
Please come in. Mayank?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please sit down. Mayank, you are such a brilliant student all throughout. And you did your BTech Electrical Engineering.
Definitely.
I met a colleague of yours just now, Ashutosh.
Ashutosh.
He is your classmate?
Yes, sir.
Same electrical engineering?
Yes, sir.
He is from Lucknow and you are from Banaras?
Parwat, yes.
Very good. Why do you want to get into the civil services?
I would say, sir, I have a strong desire to serve the country, and civil services gives me that opportunity so that I could exploit my various talents. I have always been a jack of all trades kind of person. So civil services, along with helping me serve the society.
You did BTech from one of the best institutions of the country. Why didn't you pursue your master's degree either here or in US, or why didn't you take up MBA?
Sir, I always knew in my heart that civil services was my calling, and I started preparation after my
So
graduation.
you should have taken geography right after class 12, also BA and then MA in geography, and then take geography as a subject and appear for the civil services. You will score better marks.
Yes, sir.
There was a need to go in for IIT Kanpur.
Yes, sir. So the clarity to join the civil services came when I was in my college, when I had a better view.
How many students from IIT Kanpur got into the IAS last year?
I'm not aware of the exact numbers, sir, but
You didn't try to find out?
sir, I know of a few students, but I'm not aware of the exact numbers.
All right. This trend is going up or going down or what?
Sir, traditionally, IIT Kanpur students have been known to prepare for the civil services. So I think it's a constant trend.
All right. And you are taking geography.
Yes, sir.
How does study of geography help you as a civil servant?
I would say, sir, the geography of an area is intricately linked with the administration, especially while you are planning and formulating a development plan for the area. Also, while implementation, the role of economic geography, the role of human geography, it comes and it would help me to be a better administrator.
Suppose I ask you to compare Vindhyachal with the Vindhyachal range with that of Agarwal. How will you compare?
I would say, sir, one would be the direction of Vindhyachal range and Agarwal ranges. Another would be that the Agarwalis, they are known to not help Rajasthan in stopping the monsoon winds. Also, till when the monsoon winds, that is the southeast monsoon winds, reach Agarwalis, they are already dry. But Vindhyachals help as a barrier for those winds and help in the rainfall in the area. But
which area?
The Madhya Pradesh, the upper Madhya Pradesh.
All right. Tell me something about Himalayas.
Himalayas are one of the 10 of the highest peaks of the world. They are young fold mountains. They are
10 of the
highest peaks, top 10, all the top 10 highest peaks of the world. They are the highest fold mountains of the world, and they are still in the process of upliftment. They are a fragile zone. Earthquakes have been known to tremor from the plate tectonic activities occurring in the Himalayas, and they form a barrier between.
So, it's a longish kind of a range, about 3,000 kilometers, quite wide also.
Yes, sir.
Can you name the river which cuts across the Himalayan range?
Sir, one would be Brahmaputra. It cuts.
Brahmaputra doesn't cut across. Brahmaputra goes all the way, goes up to Arunachal Pradesh, and then it takes almost 360 degrees or some kind of a U-turn kind of thing, and then it comes where the height of the hills is very, very low.
I would say Satluj is another.
Absolutely. Satluj is the only river which cuts across. Tell me, what is so special about Nanga Parwat? It's a part of Himalayas?
Sir, I'm not aware.
All right. Okay. Now let me come to history. I'll not ask anything about technology because you are already a technology guy. What do you think of Vijayanagara Empire?
Vijayanagara Empire, Shri Krishnadev Rai was one of the well-known kings of the Vijayanagara Empire, and he helped.
No, what was so special about Vijayanagara Empire? Why it is famous? Why was it famous? And what was it famous for?
I'm sorry, sir.
All right. I observed that you are part of some Hindi literary society.
Yes, sir.
So if I ask you to compare Ramdhari Singh Dinkar with Maithili Sharan Gupta, how do you compare these two figures?
Ramdhari Singh Dinkar is a poet of Veer Ras, while Maithili Sharan Gupta, his Kamaini, a magnum opus, is of Shringar Ras. So they belong to different.
What else? Can you recite two lines of Ramdhari Singh Dinkar's poem?
Yes, sir. हरि ने भीषण हुंकार किया, अपना स्वरूप विस्तार किया, डगमग डगमग दिग्गज डोले, भगवान कुपित होकर बोले.
What is it about?
Sir, it is about when Lord Krishna
Mahabharata.
Yes, sir, Mahabharata. When,
Very good. So you come from Banaras.
yes, sir.
So if I ask you to give me the course of river Ganges from Gomukh to say Howrah,
Yes,
so
sir.
can you give me the names which are situated along the river Ganga and the state to which they belong?
Sir, I'll have difficulty remembering.
All right, don't worry.
Sorry, sir.
It happens sometimes. Recently, or maybe today's or yesterday's newspaper, there was a news. It said that Attorney General of India, he has made a statement that the state of pending court cases is appalling, and it has been seconded. Not seconded. It has been the similar sentiments have been expressed by the Chief Justice of India. Suppose you are tasked to address this issue of pendency in Supreme Courts and High Court, what would you do?
Sir, one of the major problems is the vacant positions of judges, especially in high courts. So I would try to expedite the appointment process.
They are luminaries. भाई ये लोग जितने लोग हैं, they must also be trying to do that.
Yes, sir.
तो आप क्या नया काम कर देंगे जिससे कि प्रोसेस फास्टर हो जाएगा सिलेक्शन?
Sir, because both executive and the judiciary are involved in the appointment process, maybe a better synergy between the two would lead to faster appointments. Also, I feel that with the digitization of courts, another way could be to expedite cases over a digital medium. Another would be try exploring alternate dispute mechanisms.
But what is being said that because of Corona, people have gone in online.
Yes, sir.
Their dependency has gone up.
Sir, maybe due to the familiarity of the system hasn't set in right now, but eventually in the long run, digitalization would only help.
All right. What else?
By establishing benches, especially Supreme Court benches in different cities, because people come a long way to New Delhi and to take up cases.
But very few cases go to Supreme Court. Most of the cases are decided at a lower level.
Yes, sir.
At best, at the High Court level.
Yes, sir.
So how can we reduce the pendency at High Court level?
High Court level, sir, one would be by taking up dedicated benches. We could also establish a different judicial court system for both civil and criminal appellate cases, so that High Courts and Supreme Courts only get the matter of high importance.
Ultimately, if a civil case or a criminal case has to go up to the High Court,
Yes,
it will
sir.
go up to the High Court.
Yes, sir.
So by bifurcating, it doesn't help. How does it help?
Sir, we can have a national appellate court for civil cases, which would have the same judicial.
Any idea why there is so much of pendency? What is the big problem? One is, as you said, courts have not been filled in. That is one. What
Yes,
else?
Sir, another would be that the general public is not aware of how courts function. So oftentimes there are procedural misunderstandings. Evidences are not submitted on time. The police of the country often they do not have enough evidences or they ask for extra time. So maybe
Don't you
these.
think that there is a need for business process re-engineering? As you have said, they are aware or not aware, that's a different part. But the process itself is a 9-yard process.
Yes, sir.
Why can't we cut it down?
Sir, definitely there should be.
Suppose you have to go to the High Court. It's a Herculean task. Can't we look into the process and create some kind of an app kind of a thing? Using that app, your lawyer should be able to file that case immediately.
Yes, sir.
Why can't we do that?
Sir, I would say it must be a work in progress and it should be done.
Okay, thank you very much, Mayank.
Thank you, sir.
My interaction with you is over. I'll request my colleague to take over.
Mayank, you are from Varanasi. We always keep on hearing that it is the oldest city which has been continuously inhabited. So why it is called the oldest city?
It has been known as the oldest city where civilization, some sort of civilization has been since ancient times, and Varanasi has always been known as a place where scholars would come, give public discourses. It has been well documented throughout our ancient literatures.
Where has it been documented?
Through mythological stories of Vedas and other scriptures.
Do Vedas contain mythological stories or Puranas contain stories?
Sir, Puranas.
Puranas contain. Okay, you can read about it. What is the timeline due to which it is called? Okay. Your optional is geography.
Yes, sir.
So, Mayank, you must have read that a lot of conflict that is taking place between Russia and Ukraine. Center point of that naval conflict is Black Sea. Okay. So, can you tell me why this name has been given to the sea?
I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. There is something very specific about the oxygen levels in Black Sea. Can you tell me what is so specific? No problem. You can read about it. Can you tell me why Dead Sea is known as the Dead Sea? Why is it known like that?
Sir, because it has very high salinity. So the presence, it deters the presence of any major flora and fauna.
Okay, fine. So what is the exact location of Dead Sea? In which country the majority of Dead Sea lies?
Sir, I believe it's in Kazakhstan.
What?
I'm sorry, Uzbekistan.
I'm talking about Dead Sea.
Sir, please can you repeat?
I say it has got a lot of references in the Bible,
Okay.
the Dead Sea.
Yes, sir.
So now you answer his question.
Israel.
Yes, Israel. Okay. You are an electrical engineer.
So,
Okay. Can you tell me, while talking about discoms, we talk a lot about terms such as distribution, transmission. We talk a lot about these terms. What is the difference between distribution and transmission?
I would say, sir, transmission is when from the power source, the generator source, it is transferred over long distances to centers from where it's distributed, and distribution occurs locally.
Who undertakes distribution? Power distribution?
Power distribution, sir, state discom companies.
State discom companies. Okay. What is the status of discoms in Uttar Pradesh?
Yes,
Are
sir.
they privatized or are they government companies? What is the status?
Sir, they are government companies.
They are government companies.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how are they operating? Are they operating in losses or break even or what?
Sir, they are operating currently in heavy losses.
Heavy losses.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the state government doing about it?
As of now, the state government is trying to maintain the operability of the distribution companies by giving them SOPs and trying to help them stay afloat, but not. The future still looks bleak.
Okay. No problem. So you have mentioned listening to podcasts.
Yes,
So what are the podcasts that you hear to?
Sir, usually I listen to sports podcasts and comedy podcasts.
And
Comedy podcasts.
comedy podcasts.
Yes.
Okay. Mayank, you must have witnessed the event at Oscars where the actor Will Smith slapped the host.
Yes, sir.
Do you think as a society we are turning into a zone where we have very little tolerance of taking jokes or comedy?
Sir, over the years, especially comedians have pointed out that the tolerance level of the general audience is decreasing. But it can also be a case of comedians pushing some lines which they like to play with a bit further than they should have. In that specific case, I believe Will Smith was out of his line to go and slap Chris Rock, especially at a prestigious event like Oscars.
Okay. You were a captain of your college cricket league.
Yes.
So in the recent IPL, we are seeing a drastic dip in performance of Virat Kohli.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And many former players have pointed out that, he needs to return to his free-flowing character or personality. So what do you think is the reason behind his drop in performance? Is it some technique or a change in his attitude, or what is happening?
Sir, to dissect Virat Kohli would be very difficult, but from a preliminary analysis, I would say that Virat Kohli has always been a driven person. He has been motivated for success, and in the past 1 year, his wings have been clipped both in the IPL as well as in the Indian team, especially when it comes to leadership roles. So I believe he's still trying to find a balance where he wants to do well for his team. He wants to lead from the front, but he feels that now the baton has passed on, so he's not able to make adjustment accordingly. So that's reflecting in his batting form.
Okay. So can you tell me what is the relationship in sports between aggressive attitude and performance?
Aggressive attitude often bolsters your performance, especially during short bursts, but it can often lead to concentration lapses, which might be counterproductive because sports, even microsecond, can determine your performance.
Okay, thank you, Mayank.
You have taken geography as your optional,
So,
right? Does India have its own satellite-based navigation system?
yes, sir.
What is it?
IRNSS.
IRNS. And what is Gagan?
Sir, Gagan is also,
Gagan is the name.
yes.
Okay, all right. What are the other satellite-based navigation system across the world?
Sir, we have GPS by USA. Then we have satellite-based navigation systems of Russia and China.
And China.
Yes.
Okay, all right. You listen to podcast. There is controversy regarding podcast of Joe Rogan.
Yes, sir.
What is the controversy and what is your opinion on it?
I would say, sir, Joe Rogan has been accused of peddling misinformation, especially regarding to COVID treatments. And he has also been accused of meddling with the American electoral politics with his views, which are often based on facts which are misrepresented. Having a wide audience base, it has led to the polarization, especially within his listener base.
Okay. So by giving space to various kind of theories, he's just the interviewer.
Yes, sir.
How is he responsible for misinformation?
Sir, he often is the central figure in his interviews and he tries to direct them. He often leads his experts, and he also is known to call experts which have certain ideology more than the other ideology.
Okay. And why is he so popular? Why do people listen to him if he's spreading in misinformation?
Because especially in the United States, people have lost their faith in the television networks. They feel they are motivated based on ideology, and they have vicious capitalism being displayed by them. So people are moving towards alternate discourses, and Joe Rogan provides one such discourse.
Okay. What is calisthenics?
Sir, calisthenics is a bodyweight exercise. It is used in militaries across the world to develop muscles and to strengthen and agility.
Can you name some exercises in calisthenics?
Yes, sir. The basic exercise example: push-ups, pull-ups, burpees, sit-ups, and their variations.
Will squats also come under
Yes,
calisthenics?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so no equipment as such is required, right?
Sir, Traditionally, no equipment is required, but you can use equipment to bolster it.
Have you heard of something called as ONDC?
ONDC? No, sir.
Okay, all right. Unemployment crisis that is going on. Is it really unemployment crisis or skill crisis or what? Can you analyze this issue?
I would say, sir, traditionally in our country, employment has been low skill. The major employment opportunities have been low skill. So it is both because of the shocks after COVID, shocks to the economy. The economy is yet to recover. Also, India is yet to diversify, for example, in network products, which can give it new areas of employment.
What is network products?
Sir, network products are products which are manufactured in different places, and finally they are assembled and sold.
Okay. What is the meaning of your name, Mayank?
Sir, Mayank means the moon.
The moon. Okay. Any significance of moon for our geography?
Yes, sir, definitely.
What?
Sir, the tides, they are dependent on the moon also.
What is the utility of tides?
Sir, one utility may be for tidal energy and for navigation. Example, for shallow ports, tides are awaited so that the ships can come in at that time.
Okay, last question. What is government doing to solve the coal shortage issue?
First, they have issued notices to increase the stockpiling. They have tried increasing production. They are also trying to look for different avenues of import. They are trying to incentivize exploration of coal in the country. So these are some of the steps.
Thank you.
So earlier, while discussing with sir, we were talking about the pendency of cases, and you mentioned that procedural issues are there. Frequent adjournments is one of them. That one of the lawyers says that let's adjourn. In this context, do you think that there should be accountability of the judges also, especially at the lowermost level of the judiciary, who allow such practices to flourish? Is there any mechanism to ensure judicial accountability in India?
Sir, the judicial accountability, they have their own in-house methods, but as such, only at the top levels, especially the impeachment of judges, is where the accountability sets in. But there is no accountability as such for their day-to-day workings.
Don't you think that it leaves a gap here? For example, if the government is not performing, they can be voted out of power after, in the next elections. Judiciary, year after year, we are seeing that the cases are increasing. There is all talk, but there is no action. So someone should be held accountable. Don't you think that in this regard, judiciary should also be, at least there should be some parameters based on which they should be held accountable, and accordingly some action should be there?
I would say,
what would be the negative impact in your opinion?
I would say, sir, carrying out justice is a very delicate process, and if we try to enforce accountability, it may lead to the dereliction of duty by judges, and maybe not the law won't take its own course. So the constitution envisions an independent judiciary, and it is one of the bulwarks of our parliamentary democracy. So I would say, in that regard, any tampering, any additional accountability should be well thought of, and I don't feel there is an urgent need for it.
Okay, all right. There has been a controversy going on related to Hindi as a link language. What is your opinion about it? Should Hindi be the link language instead of English, as has been suggested?
I would say, sir, for states who speak Hindi, Hindi can act as a link language, but India is a diverse country. Imposition of any one particular link language would do more harm than good, and English has been known to be used as a link language, so I don't feel there is a sudden need to disturb the balance that exists right now.
What was the 3-language formula?
Sir, the 3-language formula suggested that apart from English and Hindi, every region of a country should learn a 3rd language, which is of the opposite other region, so that it leads to an assimilation of both ideas and culture.
Was it successful?
I wouldn't say, sir, it was successful.
What were the reasons?
Sir, for example, in North India, Sanskrit was introduced as the third language, but Sanskrit is not known to be widely used even in the South. So maybe Tamil or Telugu could have been used as one of the third language, which could have better served the purpose.
Okay, all right. There have been talks also going off of trifurcating Uttar Pradesh. Do you think that that will help in better governance?
Sir, I would say that Uttar Pradesh is a very complex state, and any trifurcation as such should be properly mapped. Often it seems that it would lead to administrative convenience, but different resource bases in Uttar Pradesh often come together to form a particular industry, and if that happens to be in different regions, it could negatively also impact the state.
Okay, all right. My last question to you. You talked about, when sir asked about you Himalayas, you were saying that there are very frequent earthquakes there. Why aren't there any volcanoes?
Sir, because
They are there in Andes, for example, right?
Yes,
Andes are also fold mountains. So why are not there volcanoes in Himalayas?
I think it's because of the depth at which the plates meet.
What's the depth in Himalayas?
Why
do volcanoes happen? Why are there volcanoes in Andes?
Sir, Himalayas are colliding plates between two land plates, but Andes is one ocean and one land plate.
So what happens because of this?
Sir,
Continental to continental plates versus oceanic and continental?
Sir, oceanic plates submerges below the continental plate and at the zone of intersection volcano.
All right, thank you.
Sanskrit is not known to be widely used even in the south, so maybe Tamil or Telugu could have been used as one of the third language, which could have better served the purpose.
Okay, all right. There have been talks also going off of trifurcating Uttar Pradesh. Do you think that that will help in better governance?
Sir, I would say that Uttar Pradesh is a very complex state, and any trifurcation as such should be properly mapped. Often it seems that it would lead to administrative convenience, but different resource bases in Uttar Pradesh often come together to form a particular industry, and if that happens to be in different regions, it could negatively also impact the state.
Okay, all right. My last question to you. You talked about, when sir asked about you Himalayas, you were saying that there are very frequent earthquakes there. Why aren't there any volcanoes?
Sir, because
they are there in Andes, for example, right?
Yes,
Andes are also fold mountains. So why are not there volcanoes in Himalayas?
I think it's because of the depth at which the plates meet.
What's the depth in Himalayas?
Why
do volcanoes happen? Why are there volcanoes in Andes?
Sir, Himalayas are colliding plates between two land plates, but Andes is one ocean and one land plate.
So what happens because of this?
Sir,
Continental to continental plates versus oceanic and continental?
Sir, oceanic plates submerges below the continental plate and at the zone of intersection volcano.
All right, thank you.